Everyone, how are you holding up during this period of movement control order? I hope all of you are taking heed of the order seriously, staying at home obediently, but continuing with your own studies at home diligently. Now, there are countless resources and ideas online as to how you might keep your online learning relevant and, most importantly, making sure your online surfing and learning stay effective and productive. And today, I'd like to share with you a brief lesson on collective nouns, nouns that you might have used or you'll be using throughout the MCO. Now, collective nouns refer to a unique class of nouns which denotes a group of people, animals, objects, concepts, or ideas as a single entity. For example, a doctrine of doctors and an archive of programmers are working diligently on a viral virus to develop a vaccine for COVID-19 coronavirus. Collective nouns are considered a subset of countable nouns because they refer to a group of countable nouns as a single unit. For example, there are 12 eggs in a dozen, which you can use to bake a batch of cookies, and there is a library of e-books which you can read to your heart's content during the movement control order. Did you spot any collective nouns in that sentence? How many did you hear? Yes, you're right. You heard a dozen eggs, a batch of cookies, and a library of e-books or books. Now, with collective nouns, the more important question that you should ask is, how do I use collective nouns correctly? The main problem that usually crops up when using collective nouns is whether to assign it with a singular verb or a plural verb. Collective nouns can be used both in a singular form or a plural form, depending on the sentence and how the word is used. Singular verb, example, if the entire collective group is working in unison as one unit, a singular verb will go with it. For example, the class is waiting for the teacher to start their online lesson. The class here is a group of students waiting for the teacher collectively. Now, as a plural verb, if the different units within the collective group are working individually, a plural verb and plural pronouns will go with it. For example, the class chat with each other while they waited for the teacher to start their lesson online. It means the individual students in the class are working as single units and chatting with their friends. Yet, now another way you can refer to individuals in a collective noun is by adding certain words denoting the individual units. For example, you could say the class participants chat amongst themselves as they wait for the teacher to commence the online lesson. Okay? Now, as we have learned, collective nouns are used to denote a group of countable nouns. However, there are words that express groups and are always used in plural forms in British English. For American English, it's the opposite. For example, the audience are listening intently to the Prime Minister's address. The government are looking into setting up more quarantine centers to help the people. Another example of a collective noun, which is always used in the plural form, is police. In all varieties of English, the collective noun police is always treated as plural. For example, the police are setting up roadblocks to make sure people do not leave their homes unnecessarily. Now let's take a look at some of the interesting collective nouns used with things, animals, people that we see commonly. An army of soldiers are helping the police to set up roadblocks. People who are under investigation for COVID-19 infection need to undergo a battery of tests. Throughout the movement control order, I constantly listen to health talks given by a panel of experts. Now, on the lighter side and more unique side of things, do you know the collective nouns for the animals and birds? Do you know the collective noun for giraffes? What about penguins? Lions? Owls? Crows? Yes, befitting the obvious long necks of the giraffes, it is no wonder the collective noun for giraffes is a tower of giraffes. I hope they don't put on too much weight during the movement control order. Now, a group of penguins in water is called a raft of penguins. A group of penguins on land is called a waddle of penguins. Other collective nouns for penguins will include rookery, colony, and huddle. You could look them up or Google to find out when you use rookery, colony, and huddle. Lions traditionally, and I think it still is, seen as regal and elevated. So, a group of lions is called a pride. Owls are associated with wisdom, so a group of owls is called a parliament of owls. Very good for those of you who know that, the collective noun for owls is a parliament of owls. Now, crows, historically associated with death, saw the development of folklore and superstition, causing the birds to be viewed less than favorably. A group of crows attracted to a corpse are therefore viewed as agents of death with murderous intentions. Therefore, the collective noun for crows is a murder of crows. Yes, you heard it right, a murder of crows. And you need at least 3 of them to commit murder. So, what then do you call 2 crows? Yes, you guessed it right. It's attempted murder. Now, please like and share this video, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more videos. Please stay safe and stay healthy. Bye!